My statement for my Capital One Venture X. Let's see how many points I made this month. $395 annual fee.
Please, no. I'll do anything.
Okay, do you have a retention offer for me?
Well, no, I can't do that, but anything else?
Can I downgrade to the Venture One?
Why, yes, I can do that. I just can't refund your annual fee. It's too late.
I'm sorry, but you leave me no choice.
For the love of God, please forgive me. I have executives and shareholders to pay.
Okay, I forgive you.
Thank goodness. Another year to live.
Unfortunately, my wallet cannot.
No!
Hello there, beautiful people. This is Nathaniel with the Fat Stacks Academy, and today I'm going to be giving you my one-year review of the Capital One Venture X and why I had no choice but to throw it in the blender. So if you're up for saving some fat stacks, hit that subscribe button and let's get stacking. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, click the button below. I'm going to be posting more and more content that's very profitable and will help you grow your fat stack of cash. And for the things that don't, I'm going to be finding creative ways to destroy them. The blender didn't quite do it with the Venture X. I'm going to see if a wood chipper or a blowtorch works next. And if you have any other creative suggestions on how to destroy a credit card, leave it down in the comments. All right, so to get started, let's just do a quick rundown of what the benefits of this card are. For starters, you get a $75,000 welcome bonus when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of card membership. This is the reason I initially got the card and why I could easily justify that $395 annual fee. You also get a $300 annual travel credit. When I signed up for the card, this was a credit that would apply to any travel purchases that coded as travel whenever you swiped your card, and you would get credited up to $300. This has since changed and is part of the reason why I canceled the card, because now to use that travel credit, you have to book through their portal. And every year that you hold the card, Capital One will deposit 10,000 more miles into your account. As a luxury travel card, it also has some premium travel benefits, such as Priority Pass and Plaza Premium Lounge access, and some of the Capital One lounges that are starting to pop up all across the United States. So if you like airport lounge access, this is actually a pretty decent card. You'll also get Auto CDW, which means you can waive the insurance when you get a rental car, because Capital One will cover the cost if there's an accident or damage to the vehicle. Another benefit with a rental car is Hertz presidential status, so you can be treated like an executive whenever you go in to get your rental car. You also get a $100 TSA PreCheck or Global Entry credit. So if you don't have either of those and you want to get them for free, this is a really good card for that. And one of the really cool things about this card is you get 2 points for every dollar spent. So it's a 2x catch-all card wrapped in with a premium travel card. And it's actually really cool because it's a Visa, so it's accepted everywhere and is really good if you want a broad travel card. When you go with Amex, if you've traveled, you know sometimes they aren't accepted all that widely. Even MasterCard is hit or miss, but Visa is pretty widely accepted. All right, so with all those amazing benefits out of the way, let's talk about why I initially got the card. The most obvious one is the 75,000 mile welcome bonus. I also found the travel credit that at the time I could use very flexibly with the welcome bonus made it the best card offer available to me at the time. This was also my first big travel card. I was curious to see what that lounge life was like, how the priority passes would go. I was lucky. I was able to use it about 2 times traveling, and it was actually a fantastic experience. And I liked that it got 2 points on every purchase. It was a really nice catch-all card, and whenever I'm traveling abroad, having a 2x on a Visa is fantastic. You can just take that one card, covers everything. You get a lot of travel protections with it as well, and you just don't really have to think about it. So for most people, this is an awesome card. If you travel once or twice a year, you'll more than likely get positive value out of it. And I'll just use my example from last year for how much value I got out of the card. So I'm more of a cashback guy. I don't do as much of the transfer partner game. A lot of my travel is a bit more spontaneous versus pre-planned. I have a fairly, I wouldn't say complicated life, but I have a family. But since I did have travel planned that year, it was really nice having this card. So one of the first things I did with it is a last minute Hilton stay with my lovely wife. She had been working very hard. We were into year 2 of having our firstborn, and it was very nice to just get away and know that I had enough miles from that welcome bonus to pay off the charge. Later on in the year, our mother-in-law was really wanting to visit, but at the time it just wasn't in her budget as a fixed income retiree. So with the remainder of most of the miles and the travel credit, I was able to book a flight round trip for her to come, and that was awesome. And there were a few other kind of random smaller purchases that counted as travels that I redeemed my remaining miles for it was like $10 or something like that. And oddly enough, at one point I checked out the Capital One portal. I was looking for a deal on a supplement, Athletic Greens. You've probably seen it advertised a lot on YouTube. And it actually had a like 18% back offer, and that saved me $32.78 on my Athletic Greens. And I also, when I traveled twice last year, one for a last minute surgery and one for a last minute wedding, I was able to use Priority Pass Lounge in Honolulu, and I definitely got value out of that. It was a free meal at the airport. It was a really nice work environment where I could catch up on some of my bookkeeping and proposals for my painting business. I would value that at about $30 each, so that's about another $60 worth of value. So putting a cash value to all of the benefits I got for the year, I would put it at $1,296 minus the $395 annual fee, and had $901 in positive value on this one card from last year. It's not anything crazy. I didn't get any first class flights, but it was a really cool way to still get some traveling done, have some family come visit, and not having to go out of my normal working budget to make it all happen. So if I profited over $900 from this card, you might be wondering why I canceled. If you've watched any other videos of this card, everyone says that it's an effective -$5 annual fee, in that the card pays you with those 10,000 bonus miles every year and the $300 travel credit. Stop it. That only applies if you know you're going to be traveling that year, because at least for the travel credit, that is use it or lose it. So since that $300 annual travel credit is use it or lose it, and I don't have any trips planned this year that I know would fit with using Capital One's portal, it didn't make sense to keep that card with that $395 annual fee. I also called into Capital One to see if I could get a retention offer. If you watched the beginning, you know they said no. And when I asked to product change so that I could still kind of keep the card and stay in Capital One's ecosystem, they told me that I would still have to pay that $395 annual fee for the year, and then they would downgrade the card. So if you are going to downgrade, keep in mind when your annual fee posts and call ahead if you're not planning on keeping the card a year in advance. So because of that, the only way to not pay that $395, I had to cancel the card. So for me at this stage in my life, I try to keep my spending under control and think about what my money could otherwise be doing to give me more freedom in my financial life. $395 doesn't sound like a lot today, but if I put it in my retirement account, which is investing in low-cost index funds and averages about 10% a year, that's over $9,000 from that one annual fee at retirement age. So for me, I'm choosing future freedom and preventing myself from being kind of coerced and pushed to using an ecosystem that I otherwise wouldn't have, just to justify some $400 fee I got at the beginning of the year. And the other reason, which is perhaps the biggest one, is I recently got an offer for another premium travel card with a massive sign-up bonus of 190,000 membership rewards points in the Amex Business Platinum. And I accepted that, and a lot of these other benefits like the lounge access, if I have a last-minute trip this year, is going to be covered by that card, along with all of the other premium benefits, auto CDW, TSA PreCheck if I need to get it, and it has a benefit of a clear credit. And with their business credits for my business, it actually aligns really well, and I'm going to get a lot more value on that card. I'm going to be doing a full video on that later. So at the end of the day, credit card companies are trying to make a profit off of you, and if you don't have clear intentions behind your credit card applications and what you're going to be using your points, miles, and cash back for, you'll have a very high chance of getting your stack eaten away at by them. So have a strong philosophy and discipline behind what you're doing with your financial decisions to make sure that those fat stacks keep growing higher and not the other way around. When my fat stack gets threatened, my future time with my family, my friends, and my freedom in my career are getting threatened. And that's not something I can tolerate, which is why I had to throw that card in the blender. All right, guys, so that is my full review of the Capital One Venture X after having it for a year and why I ended up canceling it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you have the Venture X? Are you planning on getting it? Could I have maybe found some more value and been able to keep it? Do you have a way to keep that travel credit without it possibly expiring at the end of the year? Let me know down below. If you found this video helpful or entertaining and think it would benefit more people, hit the like button so the almighty algorithm will spread this good financial advice all around the web. And as always, if you want to be reminded in each and every upload of how beautiful you are and how to protect and grow that big fat stack of cash, hit that subscribe button. In this video over here, I'm actually showing you the best credit card and bank offers I could find for this month to make about $2,000 in 2 hours. Thanks again for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
Out there making fat stacks, or making money, sky high stack.